Do you feel it's a level playing field coming into this round, as it's a round we've never raced before?
Yeah, I think this will. I think this, just from kind of seeing the videos and stuff of the area, should be kind of a little bit more like the last round where it was technical and rocky. But yeah, really nobody knows. I think we were all surprised to go ride around a little bit. Just the dirt's different than we'd expect. The terrain's different. So yeah, it'll be cool. It's definitely, you know, I'm really comfortable in Lucerne and I like being there. So this is different, and you know, it's maybe mentally everyone's just more on a level playing field. So yeah, we'll see, but it's gonna be interesting.
You know, for Zane, this year especially, he's got a really good bond with his mechanic, Ryan Graft. They've really developed that over the last couple years, and Ryan proved himself last year by allowing Zane to ride his way to a championship. So I think the confidence that he has in his mechanic is an all-time high right now. I know Zane is feeling really good and really confident in the bike. The suspension's dialed. You know, I think this is his 5th year on the 4-stroke, so he's definitely got some experience with how the chassis works, and it's just working. So.
And what do you think was the biggest learning curve for you at round 1 that you're going to carry into round 2?
The way you push and attack the tracks. You can't just go balls out into it, but all the little hesitations you make throughout really affect you. Just coming up over rises, not getting back on it quick enough, and just not carrying your speed. Maybe even following the ribbon, that's huge too. It's easy to get it off track. I know these guys are getting off track and they've been doing them for a few years now, so just learning to follow the course markings and look farther ahead, because when we're doing laps at like the GPs, I know where I'm going, so sure it always is important to look far ahead, but you have to look much further ahead out here in the desert because it comes up on you quicker, and we're going from valley to valley and a lot of stuff, so you got to look ahead and see where you're going.
Okay, and last question, what are your expectations tomorrow, round 2?
Get it done. A lot of hard work goes into this, and yeah, the team doesn't hire me for second, so let's go.
I got the opportunity to quit my job and just race full time, so I took it and just kind of said screw it. Like, I only live once and I'm not getting any younger, so I'll just try and do this for as long as I can and make it work for as long as possible. And yeah, just I stopped working and just instantly went straight into riding every day almost, working out and just training and just trying to get myself better all around. I've never really rode out here. I've probably drove by it, passed it a million times, but I've done a lot of riding in Mesquite and a few desert races in Mesquite, so I'm sure it'll be kind of similar. So I'm just going to kind of try and take my knowledge from down there and apply it here and hopefully get a good start. So that'll be a big factor in tomorrow's dust for sure.
Because I guess there's an unspoken rule, whatever. I had a practice bike on the bomb, so he moved my bike and put it right there, and he ended up getting a little better of a jump than me, so I followed him into my line that I put some hours in packing in. And so I was about 6th or so on the bomb, but I hit some squirrely line off to the left, bombing some ravines, and was able to get into 3rd. Wolfslayer actually sent it by me, and that was pretty wild. He wanted some, and I was like, all right, go for it.
Actually, it funneled really quick, even while you were on the bomb, technically. We don't normally have a turn in the bomb. I knew it was going to be really important, and kind of the big thing is I knew everyone was going to jump deep off of that drop, so if I could stay tight on the inside, I would hopefully be able to tuck under them, and that's kind of how it went and how it worked out for me. So, you know, I was happy with that, and that really helped my day out.
But yeah, funneled into 3rd once we got to the 2nd set of flags.
Your line through the bomb was gnarly, dude.
Squirrely.
So crazy.
I didn't want to go there. I wanted a whole shot and hit the main line smooth as butter, but I was like probably 7th or so, and I wasn't going to funnel in behind those guys, so last minute decision, like, I could just carry the front up and hop over that little thing. I should have walked it a little more time. I had more confidence in my start. So I was set on hitting that main line, but last minute decision, and it worked out.
Did something different this time, and finally got a good hare and hound start. I got a top 5 start, which I'm wrapped on. I haven't had one of those yet, so it's pretty old. I got the jump, I just didn't let off until I got to the corner and then turned down, and I got through the 2 pickets at about 5th, and I was like, there is no way that just happened.
So the start was probably the worst part of the whole day. Played catch up pretty much all day long, and definitely didn't make it easy on myself, but we pretty much came through the pack and did what I could.
Yeah, I got up to a horrible start, man. I had to sit on that bomb run for probably 30 seconds, wait for the dust to die down, because it was just a wall.
Definitely had the advantage with how dusty it was. We got together kind of like right off the start and went back and forth a few times, like in the first 5 miles.
Started right next to her off the bomb, and then I basically lost her. The dust was pretty bad, and then she came shooting across the desert like sideways at me, and I was like, okay, well, here's my opportunity. And I just tried to latch on, yeah, definitely. And at that point, I just kind of wanted to see if either I was going to match her pace or be able to go a little faster.
The washes were kind of, some of them were pretty difficult, more than I expected they were going to be. But overall, it was a cool course. I really like the technical stuff. It's fun. I think it separates us in a safer way, quicker. So yeah, it was a great course. Definitely dusty. I knew the start was going to be important.
Yeah, overall the whole track was sick. The washes still scare me, but we're learning.
Yeah, so why are the washes so scary to you?
You just go so fast and you don't know what the heck is in there. Sometimes they have good danger arrows, but a lot of the time what's dangerous to them isn't dangerous for us, and then what's dangerous for us isn't dangerous for them. So it's like a big give and take out there. And just when you're sitting sixth for 30 seconds, you're like, I don't know. So I tend to back it down a little bit, but maybe I'll get a little more confidence in there and be able to attack it differently. Maybe not faster all out, but smoother throughout the whole thing.
Really looking ahead. Like, I mean, you always want to look ahead anyways in whatever riding or racing you do, but hare and hounds, you're always just looking for that next ribbon. So, you know, just being super cautious, but also trying to push that limit at the same time. You don't want no one, like, you want to settle down and get that arm pump to go away, but if you're not in the lead, you want to catch the guys in front of you, and you don't want no one behind you to get you. So, just trying to find that really good consistent pace where you're gaining time on people and no one's gaining on you.
Had a lot of sand washes, which was good. They are a bit scary sometimes when you're ripping along those things because there's hidden rocks in them. So I hit a few of those, but other than that, it was actually a pretty smooth day for once. So no, I loved it. I had a heap of fun, and I was able to finally enjoy a full hare and hound. So yeah, I had a heap of fun.
There's a lot of valleys from the water running down, which caught me pretty off guard, and it's completely sand. It's not even really hard terrain, and in Barstow it's just hard and rocky. And
the washes were good. I actually liked it. The first 5 miles on the first loop were super rough. It was just like there was no flow to it. It was super rocky, and it made for a long day. But the second loop I liked way more. A lot more high-speed washes. It was chunky. There was some gnarly waterfalls and stuff like that. But overall, I would say the second loop was a lot better than the first.
I got out in front of her and I kind of built a little bit of a gap, and then I got out to where there was no dust and I was going a little too fast and wrecked pretty hard. So then after that I was like a little scared of the high-speed stuff.
I wanted to get by her for sure, but I wasn't trying to rush it, and I knew I could, but so I was kind of just waiting for that opportunity and then just try to stay as close as possible in those super powdery, silty, like fast sections, because it's kind of where I would lose a little bit of time because I didn't really want to, go crazy out there and, hit a rock or something that I couldn't see. But
it was really fun. It was pretty cool to be able to race in a new place. I think that kind of evened the playing field a little bit. I definitely did better this race than I did in Lucerne, a lot less mistakes and things like that, and the rocks were a little bit more my thing. Like the rocks here I feel like are funner than the rocks in Lucerne, so I had a lot more fun here than I did in Lucerne, honestly. And then yeah, I just tried to keep consistent and not tip over.
Yeah, Mini Moab, it was definitely probably the coolest part of the race. Different terrain from what we're normally on. I watched your video yesterday. It kind of helped me. I knew knew where to go and where not to go on those rock slabs. I was actually kind of impressed how technical some of it was. But it was a lot of fun. I kind of got in the wrong line on one spot, and there was some pretty big exposure. A little scared there, but yeah, it was a cool spot. I like racing and stuff like that, where you get to kind of use some skills that maybe you don't in other series. So yeah, it was sweet, man. Yeah, I think it came on to where loop 1 was, but then we turned out of it at a different spot. Yeah, that one was actually like going up to it, I'm like, I don't know quite how to time this, because there was kind of a double face in it. It ended up working great for me, but yeah, that was a cool section. I like when we get challenged. I know it might be kind of difficult for the B and C guys, but yeah, it's fun for us to have a challenge and try and get through there clean.
Mini Moab was sick, and then about 5 miles in, we got into some technical rockier sections. It was a little tighter wash too. That was really fun. And then there's a couple sections before Mini Moab that were pretty fun too, and just random little hits on the 2-track trail. You had it'd come to the double dangers, and you could tabletop over some of the stuff, so that was pretty fun. Yeah, I'm happy that I made this decision, and I'm stoked that I'm enjoying it. I've always been like, oh, the desert's gnarly, but when you ride smart, it's not too gnarly. It's just, you can make it as dangerous as you want to make it. So I've just been trying to play it smart and keep it smooth and charge where I can, but hopefully here in the future I'll be able to get a little more confident and charge a little harder here in some of the sections where I've been lacking. I'm making improvements, small improvements, but they're huge, and that's all we need in the long championship like this.
I saw you kind of had a crash in Mini Moab.
Yeah, did you guys get that on the drone?
I got it, yeah.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Tell me about
At least, I mean, if I'm gonna crash, get it on video. That's what I say. You guys got the video of me crashing at round 1, right off the start through the banners. I mean, hey, all I can say is at least I didn't crash on the start this time, because I crashed on the start at Western Hare Scramble. I crashed right after the banners at the Hare and Hound, and I almost tucked the front end at the start today. So I'm just like, I gotta keep it up, and I felt really good that second loop until I went over the bars there in Little Moab. I heard the drone, I knew Dalton was right behind me, and I'm like, hey, I gotta wick it up a little bit. I can't let Dalton pass me in this technical stuff. And then there I go, flying over the bars. There was a couple times I turned around and looked back, and he was pretty much right behind me. And like I said earlier, I just use the dust to my advantage, you know. It's there, and everybody else has to deal with it. So I knew he was catching me a little bit in the technical stuff, and that's where I know I need to go home and ride more technical stuff and just get better at it, straight up. So yeah, he'd catch me a little bit in the technical, and then we would hit those roads and it'd get dusty, and I knew he wasn't really going to be able to get by me in that stuff unless he just had balls of steel. So
I knew I was in a good enough position to enjoy it, so that's all I did was I just enjoyed it, and I come in the pit with Dalton and we left together, which was pretty awesome. So yeah, and then the second loop I just dug into it and yeah, rode her into the finish, and it was a fun day. The course was well marked, it was nice and had a mixture of technical and fast stuff. That was awesome. I actually got real confused out there. I didn't know which angle to hit it on or what, but it's honestly really grippy, that slab. So yeah, I was able to just ride all through that, and after then we were ripping through some of these, like, it was almost like a lunar landscape. It was crazy. It was like the dirt, I've never seen it before. It was honestly really hard to see. Like, you couldn't see where the bumps were, and you were just pretty well death gripping the bike through there just to like, just waiting for a big G out. But yeah, it was a heap of fun, and some riding I've never done before, so I had a heap of fun. Honestly, probably ripping underneath the bridge. I thought that was awesome. I reckon they did a really good job working that in, and all the sand washes, and yeah, obviously there was the Moab type stuff. That was awesome. That was really technical and fun. So yeah, I loved it. I had a heap of fun.
Oh, I liked it. It was different. I caught up to Cody Simpson. He was running second, Pro 250. I was third. Caught him up there. Thankfully, that was like one of the only sections that wasn't a complete dust bowl, so I could actually see the ground. That was kind of probably my favorite part about it. But yeah, I liked it. It was different. The terrain out here is cool. It's different than anywhere else. It's got a wide range of stuff. Once we come back with a dialed-in bike, I think it'll be sweet.
I stayed away from the cliffs until I got there. It got a little off the, I guess, main line, I should say, and it was kind of a more vertical drop down, and I didn't really get the pop that I wanted at the end, so I just nosedived straight at the bottom and just went over the bars, but made it out, and surprised I didn't get hurt. It was fun to battle with Rachel the whole time for sure. I mean, Lucerne, she put a gap on me, and I was just out there cruising Miss Daisy by myself, so it was definitely nice to be around someone, but yeah, still trying to figure out this whole desert life. Trying to just be a des dog, but sometimes I gotta slow down because there's cliffs and ledges and stuff.
I actually don't know. I was doing well, and then there's like at the top, you can probably see it in the video, there's like a little ledge and then like a kind of like a G out and then like another little ledge. And I think I was just in too high of a gear and killed it right there. So luckily I didn't roll back down and I was able to kind of like wheelie to the side and then go out and around it. But it wasn't my smoothest attempt at the waterfall for sure. Me and Ava got together, we went back and forth, which was super fun. Every time I looked back, she was like right there. So it was sick to have someone to actually push me. I feel like that's the hardest I've had to ride, like, for quite a while.
I kind of got my butt kicked again, which is fine. Definitely got just more things to work towards. I don't think I've seen a start that dusty since you guys had to start in Panaca and go like straight up that big hill. And that was a few years ago.
Super impressive to see what those guys did out there. It was not an easy one by any means. Hold up the champagne and those trophies. You guys give them around the pod. Yeah, if this is from here, you probably want it. Yep, shake and spray. You know the drill. First to it. This is your top 3 pro women today.